By the way, for those just watching across the world, the elections of the country, we started off yesterday. Well, it's not inconclusive. It's still ongoing, especially in places where they had a couple of issues, especially with card reader and accreditation. And we spoke with the INEC spokesperson earlier on today. He said, well, the good thing about it all is that, well, the security agencies as well as the commission, they are on the same page on this particular one. But a while ago, we told you of the activity of soldiers around Ojota axis of Lagos, southwest of Nigeria. And Captain Umar Aliyu did say, well, an order is what they act on. Until the last order comes, those men will surely still be there.
Sulaiman, just to come here, Mail just popped in here from Boyega Oloranfemi. He said, as at 9:45 this morning, that Ikorodu Road is on lockdown. So they're still being restricted from moving on Ikorodu Road. So maybe the army commander in Lagos or the police commissioner should be able to say exactly what they did. Why is it that they've not received their order, if we're going by what Captain Aliyu said, the last commander they have to work with?
Yes, indeed. It was at 9, you said?
9:45.
It's 10:18 now. And that definitely it means someone has not...
What are you using?
Am I wrong?
Yeah, 10:02.
10:02, sorry. Mine is a bit fast then. Okay.
You're ahead of your time.
Yes, I'm
I
ahead
used
of
to
my
be
time.
like you. I put my timepiece ahead of me so that I
Yeah.
act on it.
I do the same thing, but I know the time.
I try as much as possible to forget about it.
You nipped it in the bud. That's deliberately why it's there.
All right,
I
then.
consciously put it. It helps me stay ahead a bit,
Honestly.
so I'm not late. But then, I think it's taking time for them to get those, that order, because I can tell you for a fact, it's something that is not only within our armed forces. We are acculturated to this Oga on top thing, or is it Oga at the top? Everybody seems to wants to hear from Oga at the top. It's not as if it's out of place for a soldier to seize initiative, but antecedents may not encourage them to do that. So I'm still saying someone should be able to reach out to those men there to actually upgrade and get in tune with this.
Anyway, I think our producers
Before that, let me just say this much. I mean to just add to what my colleague here said. You know, you have discretion in the forces, but it's not in every occasion. We have a serious matter now where they cannot apply discretion. So what should have happened is Idowu, the spokesman of INEC, listening to us, should have communicated with the Lagos State INEC Commissioner.
Exactly.
And then the Lagos State INEC Commissioner should have communicated to the brigade commander.
Exactly.
That, look, the liberty of the people is at stake here. You are restricting their movement. And yesterday, yes, but let me tell you, there's no law that says you must restrict. It's a convention. There's no law. And that, you can go to court to challenge that. But because of the seriousness of the exercise, yes, Nigerians have decided to obey. Just an advice. It's a convention. There's no law that says, look, movement. No, don't restrict my liberty.
That's a big plus on the culture of the people.
Yes, because we are involved.
They all
It's
obey.
a Nigeria project that we are involved in. And any lover of democracy who want to do everything. Sacrifice, no sacrifice is too great. But, so at this point in time, we advised INEC to get in touch with the brigade commander or the GOC in charge of
Actually, I
Lagos.
was going to say our producers by now should be making frantic efforts to get to General Chris Olukolade because he should also be able to say something on this since the IG himself had spoken
No,
earlier
I think we should not belabor Chris.
We should
It
not
is
be-
within, the GOC in charge of 82 division.
Captain Umar, is that correct? So the GOC can
that
on his own take that. Just
You know, if you
move.
remember, I said it has to be seamless. We don't really have to go all the way up to General Chris, then come down to the pointsman. But within the area of responsibility, I think the arrowhead here is the GOC. And there are a lot of ways you could reach the GOC. We have numbers, we have phones. And once the GOC actually flags it,
Well, it's also significant to note that the complaints that we received so far is on the Ikorodu Road alone. Do you think that there could be something, perhaps they're acting on some intelligence?
Probably, but then as I told you, it's about information management. If there is reason why they have to be there and restrict movement, You don't really necessarily read to spell out the reason, but you could come out and say XYZ considerations have informed this, bear with us. There shouldn't be a vacuum, information vacuum.
No, it's also significant to note this because there are also a number of churches along that Ikorodu road. I mean, if you're coming from Ketu down to Maryland and down that axis as well, it's also a very central artery, you know, from people coming from Ikeja towards Maryland and going maybe to Onekpan or going down the other way towards Ketu, Ikorodu. It's a very central axis. So I think that information will be in order. But if there was an intelligence information, do you think that we have need or cause to be apprehensive?
I think let's also say this much. The essence of having the military there is to assist the civil authorities to protect lives and property before, during, and after election. So the post-election management could be part of it. It could be anticipatory because they need to be creative and they need to be strategic in the management of security issues. Because for the next few days or few weeks, they will still be there. But what they do when they get there is a different ball game. And don't forget there could be some overzealousness on their part. You know, the Nigerian situation, especially where we like to oppress ourselves, is very downtrodden.
That can definitely not be ruled out. But, you know, we will come back to that pending.
Just to add to what you've said, the idea you raised, somebody just hinted here that we shouldn't forget what happened to that road some days back.
Yeah.
It was locked down. So that may inform the...
Perhaps protests could happen.
There was this, I think there was a day the OPC also mobilized some youth and that road was locked down. There was serious go-slow around that exit.
So it could be that.
It could be that that is bringing more interest security-wise on that particular road. It's possible. Unfortunately, the location coincides with the sitting of so many churches. So what I call for is understanding now, if that could be the reason.
That aside, you know, that area is a flashpoint. It's a red spot. And therefore, if you are into security, you know what that place means to anybody.
Okay, so while we wait for updates on that particular matter, because I mean, it's definitely one area of contention. Some Nigerians have tried to go out along that road and they're not being able to, they're being asked to go back to their homes. We'll wait for updates on that. We were talking about voter participation earlier, and we're looking at it over the years.
Yes, over the years.
And we're looking at the significance of numbers. How significant are the numbers? For instance, in 1993, where we did not get the total number of voters that were registered, but we got total votes counted, which is about 14 million. The results were said to be, you know, free and fair, and everybody accepted that. Well, even
don't forget that in 1999, the election was conducted by the military.
Yes.
Look, I've always said it at any forum. The best elections we've ever had in this country were conducted by the military. Less violence, less acrimony, less tension.
But also,
because they were
not a very significant turnout.
Yeah, I mean, there's something you can do to that. I mean, you can't force people to go to vote.
The question is, were people intimidated?
No.
Could that also be a factor?
Well, look, security is a key factor in any arrangement whatsoever. Not only in an election, in any endeavor. If you know you're not secure, we want to go out. If your security is not guaranteed, we want to go out. But here we are. In 1999, security was there. In 2003, some bit of arrangements allowed people to go out. In 2007, some bit of apathy. 2011, you know what happened? Yaradua died. Good Luck was coming out for the first time. I just spent 2 years out of the 4 years Yaradua would have spent. At the end of the day, people wanted to see what's happening. Don't forget that in the Southwest, the current president enjoyed a lot of followership simply because of a lot of sensitization, a lot of mobilization, and what have you. So what we are now seeing over the years, don't forget the youth that are bearing the brunt of the happenings within the socioeconomic environment are now in a position to vote. And they're in the majority. If you look at over the last 16 years, many of them voting now are just 2, 3, 4 years old. And they get more and more sophisticated. They are internet savvy. They have access to some of these things. In fact, if you ask a 1-year-old boy now, if he can speak, he knows the integrity of internet or computer more than you do, because I think they were born with this thing.
Okay, now I'm looking at, how figures affect legitimacy as well. We do recall that in 2007, the elections were said to be flawed. Then President Omar Yar'Adua, who was elected through those elections, also faulted the elections and admitted that they were not the most credible elections, and as a result set up the Ways Committee to look into the future conduct of elections.
Yes.
Now, but also that year, in 2007, we also saw about 35.39 million voters come out, 57.49% of the registered number of voters. Do you think that legitimacy has a bearing on figures?
Can I submit this much? Legitimacy has nothing to do with figures. Even if you have 80% participation in an election, it does not confer any legitimacy. You see, we're talking about a whole amalgamation of things. Now, the credibility of the election, the mindset of the people, the reaction of the people, and the people feeling cheated or not. What's their reaction? And again, have people been bought? Have their conscience been bought? Have they been, intimidated? And all the rest. And again, what is the degree of rigging? Is it negligible? Is it a percentage that we can really say, look, it's negligible, and therefore we can discount?